start off by asking you, why should we consider endorsing you?
Well, I think the main reason is because this country needs seasoned leadership that is prepared to serve, understands the executive branch of government, brings to the job the ability to work with a legislature that is anything but cooperative. What most people I don't think know, Kathy knows because she's heard my stump speech 7,841 times now, but Arkansas is now a reliably Republican state. But when I first got involved in politics, it was the most Democratic state in America. And it was even far more so than Massachusetts or Vermont or Oregon or California, New Jersey, New York, anywhere. And we had fewer Republicans, more Democrats, most lopsided legislature in the entire nation. And I was only the fourth Republican elected in 150 years, the first in 25. When I became lieutenant governor, the atmosphere was so hostile, my door was nailed shut, ordered that way by Webb Hubbell, Hillary's former law partner at the Rose Law Firm, who then had gone to the White House with the Clintons, and the Secretary of State, more than willingly, literally nailed the door shut. It stayed that way for 59 days, after which it was finally opened because of public pressure. And when it was opened, all the office furniture had been removed, the budget zeroed out. So that was my welcome to, glad you're a Republican. Here's how it's going to go down. But I was reelected lieutenant governor and then became governor when the then governor had to resign because of Whitewater-related felonies. Inherited, again, an extraordinarily hostile partisan legislature, but learned how to govern. And I think that's the most significant thing that's lacking in our political system today. People know how to campaign, but they don't know necessarily how to govern. And in that environment, you either learn how to work with people of the other side, or you will absolutely get nothing done. The fact that I got over 90% of my legislative package passed in 10 and a half years and balanced every budget, was able to do a lot of very conservative things, pro-life legislation, 94 tax cuts, significant reform in education and health care, a lot of things that were not just Republican ideas, but really pragmatic, good governing ideas. Time magazine named me one of the top 5 governors in the country. Governing magazine gave me their top governing official of the year award. And I'm not throwing all that out there to pad the resume. I'm just saying that it was not just that I effectively governed in Arkansas, but it was widely understood that what we were doing there in the midst of a hostile legislature was significant to move the ball forward in everything from health care to education to infrastructure development, rebuilding our road system, and also in crisis management, which I think is one of the most important jobs that a president has, as it is for a governor. That background seems to be more of a liability than an asset this year. It's almost like the more experience and qualifications that you have, the more you're punished for it. I don't understand that, can't explain it. I'm just experiencing it. But I was chairman of the National Governors Association, led in implementation of some Medicaid reforms that we worked on, led my own state and welfare reform in the mid-90s, and then later we got a coalition of 49 governors, which was no small feat. Every governor in America except Rod Blagojevich of Illinois signed on to a Medicaid reform proposal, took it to the Congress to get flexibility for Medicaid. So I just wanted to lay sort of a groundwork, but I think the country needs a mature, seasoned leader who knows how to accomplish things, how to be pragmatic in governing. Doesn't change the fact that I'm a very ideological person. I'm never going to hide that fact. And my gosh, if you listen to what I say and what I think, I'm clearly conservative and unapologetic for that. But I also know that politics is the art of the doable, and it has to be done in the context of what you inherit. I think President Obama's one of his many failures was his inability to understand his role as the chief executive, how to set the table, bring people together, and govern from a standpoint of building consensus and coalition. And I find it really unfortunate that he didn't have that executive experience to understand that.